Good morning. How are you, YouTube? I am an American living in America. Let's talk about that. I have been born and raised here in America, and currently I am out in the middle of Nowheresville on a back road, honky-tonkin' about 45 minutes to go to an appointment, okay? I am an American who has traveled abroad. I have been to Denmark. I landed in Iceland or somewhere, but I didn't get out and go anywhere. So I've been to Denmark. I've been to Paris. So I've done Europe. I haven't done Italy. I'd like to do Italy. I've been to Canada. I've been to Cancun. I've been to some of those, you know, down in that region, Bahamas, like vacations. I also did, years ago, I went on a missions trip. Where did we go? It wasn't Guatemala. Belize, maybe? On a missions trip? Anyway, it's just, I have traveled abroad, outside of my own country. And I've been seeing a lot of videos lately on TikTok about people that are like, I'm an American living in fill in the blank, and it's some foreign country. And then they talk about things that are, sorry, this is going to be really bumpy. Things that are so different. Can you see the landscape out here? It's just beautiful. It's just a field covered with snow. And as an American living in America who has traveled abroad, I find it interesting to learn on social media what people in other countries think about Americans. And when the TikTok ban happened this past weekend and it was down, there was a lot of comedy on TikTok when it came back up about things that people said about Americans when we weren't there. And I found it so funny. And I actually did a video and I was like, yeah, like we're loud, we're obnoxious. You know, one guy was like, seriously, could you guys be more dramatic? You carried on for a month about this and you were gone for 14 hours. Can you at least be gone for 24? Like, talk about drama much. And I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. We are very dramatic. We didn't know we were only going to be gone 14 hours. We thought it could be permanent. We didn't know how long it was going to be. We still don't know, but that's a whole different can of worms. Anyway, so I've been listening to a lot of these videos about what other countries kind of think about Americans. And one of the things that I've heard kind of over and over and over is about how Americans aren't cultured. And, you know, we don't tend to travel to other countries frequently. And some people have a problem with that. Because when they, like in Europe, when they go on vacation, they go to a different country. That's kind of typical from what I'm hearing. And I don't know that. That's just what I'm hearing on social media. And they're kind of like, how come, you know, U.S. citizens don't travel abroad? They just stay home in their own country and live in their own bubble and their own little... And having been someone who has traveled to other countries, I find that so humorous. Like, absolutely, what is in the middle of the road? Absolutely humorous. Because there is a reason we don't travel abroad. And I don't think people from other countries who have not traveled here understand it. I can't get in my car. I live on the East Coast. I can't get in my car. No, I got a tickle in my throat. And drive to California. I mean, you could, but it's gonna take you a week to do it. Like, it's really far. like big distance. Like Texas, the state of Texas is the size of many countries. The United States is geographically huge. And so when we travel, it's just easier to stay within the United States and travel. If I want to go somewhere cold, choose a state. You know, go to Colorado and go skiing in the winter. They have feet and feet and feet of snow. If I want to go somewhere hot, I'll just go to Florida. I'll go to Hawaii. That's not international travel. I have to take a plane to get there. But it's hot. I can go surfing. I can go look at volcanoes. And I haven't left the United States. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't think people from other countries maybe realize how within the United States, not only geographically how it's so big, but culturally how big the United States is. You can travel from state to state and see a vast difference in culture. One of my favorite places to go, I have not been to all the United States yet. And I travel quite a bit, but I haven't hit all the states yet. I went to New Orleans in Louisiana. That was probably one of the favorite places I have ever been. It's an entirely different culture than the East Coast. So many things were so vastly different there. The food, the way they speak. Like, it took me a while to understand some of the slang because they speak English, but it's very different than what I speak on the East Coast. I have family in Kentucky. They used to have to slow down when they would talk to me so I could understand them because their dialect was very different. English still, but very different. Anyway, so I'm an American, living in America, traveling around, hoping to eventually hit all the states. I should make a list of where all I've been and where I haven't been. I would like to go to Montana sometime. I've never been there. I would like to go to Alabama, and I would like to go to California. Those are 3 I know I would like to go to some point in time. There's some states that I've been to, but it was when I was much younger, like as a child. Like Arkansas, I used to have family that lived in Arkansas. And so I've been there many times growing up. But I haven't been there to like go sightseeing as an adult. So anyway, if you were wondering about Americans living in America, that's kind of hard to say. I'm your gal. So subscribe, follow, and drop your questions below and we'll talk about it. Thanks, bye.